Well, that's the way the route goes, but it seems like somebody doesn't think that we should go that way, and instead go straight. I'm not going to let any sticks tell me what to do. Easy. No problem. Look at that. We summited. I don't know what those sticks were talking about. This is a great trail.
Welcome to cranking it. Yeah, we cranking it. Welcome to cranking it. Yeah, we cranking it. Okay, let's go.
After leaving Helena, I headed back to the route to finish out Montana. The final part of Montana was characterized by a series of climbs and descents. The second to last climb was fully paved, which was nice, but as I descended and made my way to the final climb of Montana, dark clouds started forming. Well, that was a rainy night in the tent. Pretty much rained all night. So the main casualties were my pants, which ended up in this puddle over here. Well, it was a rainy night last night, and it continues to be a rainy morning. I'm on a dirt road, which means it's a mud road, and progress is slow. My drivetrain is making all sorts of terrible noises, all sorts of grinding and crunching sounds. The hope is to get to Lima today. They have a cafe and a gas station, and I'm hoping I can use those places to clean off my bike and maybe get some internet. You know, it's slow, it's grindy, but it's still progress. I've made about 12 kilometers in the past 2 hours, but it's about halfway up the climb today. So, to get to the top, all I need to do is keep cranking. I assumed that once I reached the top, the downhill to Lima would be much easier. And for a few moments it was. But all of a sudden, the road changed color, and I was confronted with a new class of mud. It's amazing how quickly a road can turn from wonderful to absolute garbage. This is what absolute garbage looks like. This is what it's done to my poor drivetrain. Oh no. Oh god. So now we're walking it. Welcome to walking it. This new kind of mud, often called peanut butter by divide riders, sticks to tires in massive clumps and is transported to chains and brakes and anything else near the wheels of your bicycle. All right, we found some water. All right, now we just have to clean her up. All right, doesn't that look so much better? Still pretty dirty, but I think it'll crank. And if it cranks, it rides. Well, we made it about 20 meters. The road looks relatively okay going forward. It's all a lie. It's actually complete garbage. Everything's jammed up again. This time I'm going uphill. Just to the top of this little rise here. It's downhill most of the way. But I don't know if I can make it to the top of that rise. I can't push my bike because I don't have any purchase on this really slippery ground. And enough mud is getting into this fender that it doesn't allow the wheel to turn. So, I'm going to figure something out. So what I'm going to try to do is actually just carry my bike over that way, above this hill, and then hope that the road turns into not garbage on the other side. Alright, so since the road is terrible, we're just gonna ride out in the sagebrush. It's not easy, but at least we can go forward. Okay, I think we're out of the worst of it. We made it out of that high elevation basin, and we're now in a canyon, and the road is just like a normal road, which is really nice. Whew. That was quite a day. I'll get to Lima tomorrow, clean off the bike for good. Alright, we made it to Lima, or Lima, I guess is how they pronounce it. Found a little park with a hose, so we're just drying everything out in this nice sun. And I think I'm gonna give this dirty bike a good washing. The last major climb of Montana was complete. All that remained was a long open section of ranch land between me and the next state, Idaho. The Idaho section of the Great Divide is only about 110 kilometers, but much of it follows an old rail trail away from any roads and eventually following a beautiful river. Before long, I had passed through Idaho and was entering Wyoming, at the Grand Tetons National Park. Even after leaving the national park, Wyoming continued to be amazing, with stunning views of high mountains and craggy cliffs. Most of the riding was easy enough, with only a couple short hike-a-bike sections.
You know, one of the benefits of having done the Crossing Creek Trail is now everything that's not quite that hard seems fine.
Every tough climb was rewarded with expansive, high-elevation scenery. Soon the scenery shifted again, from forested mountains to open, arid shrubland.
Well, I'm headed out of Atlantic City right now, which, if you know the Great Divide route, you know what's in store. It's a stretch of the route called the Great Basin, which goes through a large, very dry, open section of unpaved road. It takes about 2 days to cross, and there's almost no water. So hopefully the amount of water that I have will be enough. Along with that, it looks like, according to the forecast, that we may be in for about a half a day of rain tomorrow in the afternoon. This is a dirt road, and from what I understand, it can get quite muddy when it rains. Wish me luck, because I'm going in. Well, the weather has gotten pretty dramatic. There's storms in every direction, it seems like. I'm going to try to get as far as I can today. Every kilometer that I cross while it's dry, that's one that I don't have to cross while it's mud. Fortunately, I have the wind with me, so that's really nice. And it's a strong one.
Alright, I'm at a bit of a crossroads here. I've got two options. Option one is to continue on the main route, which goes this way. It's north, which is not my favorite. It's also longer, but it's the main route, and everybody will be on it. Option two is I could go that way. This is known as the Wamsutter Cutoff, and it goes directly south. This way is about 50 miles, and this way is about 90 miles. Another issue is that it's definitely going to rain tomorrow, and so far the main road looks like if it were to rain, it would become very muddy. So I don't like that at all. I'm definitely not getting to the pavement before it rains tomorrow. So I think I'm gonna take the Wham Sutter cutoff and leave the main road behind.
Good morning. Just got up and it's around 6:30. I checked the weather again and it still says that it should start raining and thunderstorming at around 11 a.m. today. So I'm going to attempt to get as far as I can before the ground turns to mud. I'm going to use a shortcut that's part of the Wham Sutter cutoff, and then just cuts over to the main route near where it turns into pavement. So I'm just trying to get to pavement today before the rain gets too bad. Back on pavement. Man, I was really worried with the forecast that I was gonna get stuck in some really deep mud, really far away from any kind of ability to wash my bike or get out of there. But it wasn't too hard.
After leaving the Great Basin, I was treated to a day of smooth, paved roads before crossing into Colorado.
Do my eyes deceive me? Are those trees?
In Steamboat Springs, Colorado, I finally caught up with Garrett, who was visiting with friends for a few days. We were off to a rainy start, but it wasn't long before the sun came out. We also rode with another couple cyclists for a day, Mitch from Idaho Falls, Idaho, and Sepand from New York. The vibe at Colorado was completely different from the rest of the route. It was clear there's a strong mountain biking community, and though the passes we crossed were some of the highest on the route, most of the climbs were smooth and gentle. Near the end of the state, we climbed up Indiana Pass, the highest point on the Great Divide.
Well, this is it. The high point of the Great Divide. 11,900 feet. It's pretty beautiful up here. No snow at all anywhere to be seen, so I guess we've done it. We've beaten winter.
The snow that we had feared would block our passage never appeared, and we were treated to clear weather and sunny skies every day. From there, it was mostly downhill to New Mexico.
Well, it's another pushing section over some large loose rocks, but you know, at least it's not Crossing Creek.
As soon as we crossed the border, a lot changed. The roads got rougher, the rocks got redder, and my bottom bracket failed.
This should get me to Abiquiu, which is the next stop. There I can order something, maybe take some zeros, I'm a little tired, and get back on the road.
I only need to cross one more state to finish out the Great Divide, and then I'll head west, through Arizona and towards the start of the Baja Peninsula.
Thank you for watching episode 4, and a big thank you to my supporters over on Patreon, and especially my Crank Tier supporters, Tevin Dubois, Judy Friesem, and Dan Phillips. If you would like to support the channel, please remember to hit the like and subscribe buttons, or you can join the Crankin' It community over on Patreon. And thank you!